शिवशक्तिसमारम्भां भास्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मच्छ्रीनाथपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रीनाथादिगुरुत्रयं गणपतिं पीठत्रयं भैरवं सिद्धौघं वटुकत्रयं पदयुगं दूतीक्रमं मण्डलम् वीराद्यष्टचतुष्कषष्टिनवकं वीरावळी पञ्चकं श्रीमन्मालिनी मन्त्रराजसहितं वन्दे गुरोर्मण्डलम्। श्रीविमर्शानन्दनाथं सत्याम्बासहितं गुरुं हृत्पद्मकर्णिका मध्ये भावयेत् सर्वसिद्धये। श्रीभासुरानन्दनाथाय नमः। श्रीभास्करराय गुरुमण्डलाय नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्।
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Matre Namaha, Namaste. Welcome to the last day, the 5th day of this week's Sadhana on Soundaryalahari. We will learn today the 39th and the 40th verse of Soundaryalahari. We will first start with learning to chant the 39th shloka.
tava svādhiṣṭhāne
tava svādhiṣṭhāne tava svādhiṣṭhāne
hutavaham adhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ
hutavaham adhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ hutavaham adhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ
tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavaham adhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ
tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavaham adhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavaham adhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ
tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ
tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ
janani mahatīṃ tāṃ ca samayām
janani mahatīṃ tāṃ ca samayām janani mahatīṃ tāṃ ca samayām
tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ tāṃ ca samayām
tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ tāṃ ca samayām tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ tāṃ ca samayām
yadāloke lokāndahati
yadāloke lokāndahati yadāloke lokāndahati
mahati krodhakalite
mahati krodhakalite mahati krodhakalite
yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite
yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite
dayārdrā yadṛṣṭiḥ
dayārdrā yadṛṣṭiḥ dayārdrā yadṛṣṭiḥ
śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati
śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati
dayārdrā yadṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati
dayārdrā yadṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati dayārdrā yadṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati. We will now recite all the 4 lines together. Tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavaham adhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ tāṃ ca samayām yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite dayārdrā yadṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati. We'll recite once again. Tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavaham adhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ tāṃ ca samayām
यदालोके लोकान् दहति महति क्रोधकलिते दयार्द्रा यादृष्टिः शिशिरम् उपचारं रचयति.
We just learned how to chant the 39th shloka. We will now listen to the musical rendition.
तवा svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ. तवा svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ.
तवा svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ. तवा svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ.
tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ taṃ ca samayām. tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ taṃ ca samayām.
tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ taṃ ca samayām. tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ taṃ ca samayām.
तवा svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ. tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ taṃ ca samayām. tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ. tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ taṃ ca samayām.
तवा svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ. tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ taṃ ca samayām. तवा svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ. tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ taṃ ca samayām.
yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite. yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite.
yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite. yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite.
dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati. dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati.
dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati. dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati.
yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite. dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati. yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite. dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati.
yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite dayārdrāya dṛṣṭiḥ śyiśiramupacāraṃ racayati yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śyiśiramupacāraṃ racayati
tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ tam ca samayām yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ tam ca samayām yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śyiśiramupacāraṃ racayati
tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ tam ca samayām yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śyiśiramupacāraṃ racayati tava svādhiṣṭhāne hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya nirataṃ tamīḍe saṃvartaṃ janani mahatīṃ tam ca samayām yadāloke lokāndahati mahati krodhakalite dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ śyiśiramupacāraṃ racayati.
Let us now look into the word by word meaning of the 39th shloka. Hey Janani. From the second line, there is a word Janani. Hey Janani, O mother, tava svādhiṣṭhāne. In your svādhiṣṭhāna chakra, hutavahamadhiṣṭhāya, placing the Agni Tattva. Hutavaham means, Hutavaham is Agni Tattva. Adhiṣṭhāya means placing the Agni Tattva. Saṃvartaṃ, nirataṃ, tam. That Saṃvarteshvara in the form of Kalagni, the Saṃvartaṃ there means the Rudra who is in the form of Kalagni, the Pralaya Agni. Nirataṃ, ever present. Tam means who is ever present there in the Svādhiṣṭhāna chakra, continuously burning. That Saṃvarteshvara in the form of Kalagni, ever present there, continuously burning. Mahatīṃ tam ca samayām ide. And to you, illustrious Devi, Mahatīṃ means illustrious, great Devi, samayām ide, who is also the samaya, to you both I offer my prayers. Ide means I offer my prayers. Then mahati krodhakalite yadāloke. Aloke means the look. When you look at something, it's called alokanam. Yadāloke, that look. How is that look? Krodhakalite, that extremely angry look of who? This saṃvarteshvara, this saṃvarta that we just talked about. What is it doing? Lokāndahati, it is burning the entire world. But dayārdrā dṛṣṭiḥ, those compassionate and moist glances of yours, O Devi, śiśiramupacāraṃ racayati, is generating a cooling effect.
Let us see the meaning of this verse. O Janani, O Mother, in your svādhiṣṭhāne chakra, you are in the form of fire. This fire is ever shining, indicating your oneness with Kalagni Swarupa Rudra. Rudra is also called Kalagni Rudra as he burns the world during the Pralaya Kala. We can also see in the Dhyana Shloka of Tatpurusha Rudra in the Mahanyasam of Rudra. He is called as Saṃvartagni. He gets the name Saṃvartishvara due to this.
To create a fire, we just need one spark that can ignite a substance. The initial fire required to burn the world is due to Devi's association with Agni Tattva in her own abode, svādhiṣṭhāne chakra, that is the svādhiṣṭhāne chakra. This is like a small spark of fire burning the entire forest in a wild forest fire. In fact, forest fire is the most important event in the ecosystem as it paves the way for new growth. It is one of the significant events balancing and preserving our ecosystem. This initial spark is used by Shiva to burn the entire world during Pralaya Kala.
Let us now relate to the yajnas and homas we do. In the yajnas, all our papa karmas are burnt. Where do we get the initial fire to create the fire in the Homakunda? This initial fire is very important, as we all know. The initial spark or fire is given to the Yajamana by his Patni or wife. She gives the initial spark from her svādhiṣṭhāne chakra, meaning the abode of Kundalini Shakti. Then this small starter fire or initial fire is energized with the mantra Vaishvānara Jātaveda Ikhavha Lokitaksha Sarvakarmani Sadhaya Swaha. We pray to Agni, who is the Vaishvānara and the Jātaveda, to make our Yajna Karma fruitful. At this point, let us remember that Devi is Agni herself, as mentioned in the Durga Suktam, Jātaveda se sunava masoma marati yato nidahati vedaha. Then the Yajamana continues with the rest of the Yajna as the agent of his Dharmapatni. Here you have to remember the concept of Sesha and Seshi we explained in the earlier classes. The greatest Yajna or the Kala Agni or the Pralaya Kala Agni, Devi is providing the initial fire from her svādhiṣṭhāne chakra, is the Sesha or the principal or primary entity. And Shiva is the agent of Shakti in carrying out her command of completing the Yajna which is burning the world. Similarly, in all the Yajnas or fire rituals, the Dharmapatni is the principal or primary force and the Yajamana is an agent or subservient to Dharmapatni. When devotees ask whether women can do Homa, I wonder if their question should be, can men do Homa as a principal or primary person ever? As always, it is the women performing the Yajna using her agents who are subservient to her as Seshi.
Adi Shankara says, O Devi, you who are the Samaya, along with this Saṃvarteshvara, I offer my prayers. Now let us see why Bhagavad Pada refers to Devi as Samaya. We all know that she has this name because of her equality with Shiva. Also, another way to look at this is Sam refers to the Soma or the moon. The Bija mantra for moon or Soma is Sam. Hence, Samaya can also mean one who is full of moon's quality of coolness, because the word maya is used for engulfing something. For example, we say tejomaya means someone who is engulfed or filled with tejas, bhaktimaya to mean someone who is filled with bhakti, and so on. So, Samaya could be taken as she who is filled with the coolness of the moon. That is Shakti as Chandrakala. Acharya says, because of your association with Kalagni Swarupa Rudra, your Chandrakala has also entered the Kalagni Rudra. I bow to this Swarupa of oneness of Saṃvarteshvara and Samaya. During Pralaya Kala, Kalagni Rudra's anger burnt the entire world using the fire emanating from your svādhiṣṭhāne chakra. When the entire world suffered during Pralaya Kala, your compassionate and moist eyes, dayārdrām dṛṣṭiḥ, your compassionate and moist eyes, having the coolness of the moon, extinguished this fire and brought relief to mankind. That is, your compassionate glance caused the heat of the Pralaya Kala Agni to cool down, just like it brought back life to Kamadeva after he was burned down by Shiva. Just like you became the Sanjeevani Aushadhi or medicine for the Kamadeva burnt down by the Agni of Shiva's eyes, as mentioned in Lalita Sahasranama as Haranetragni Sandagdha Kama Sanjeevana Aushadhihi. Your being the Sanjeevani for this world too.
We see the same concept in Sri Rudram, where Devi is the Aushadhi for everyone in the world. Yate Rudra Shiva Tano Shiva Vishvaga Bheshaji Shiva Rudrasa Bheshaji Taya No Mrala Jivase. Here, Shiva in the feminine gender, denoting auspiciousness, is Shakti, who is also the medicine for every disease, including the disease of samsara. When a father gets angry on the child, it's after all the compassion of the mother that provides comfort to the child. We have to meditate in the Svādhiṣṭhāne chakra as the 10-petaled lotus in the navel on the Saṃvarteshvara and samayām surrounded by 62 mayukas or rays of Agni. These 62 mayukas are also the 62 days of the Varsha Ritu or the rainy season. The Anagata chakra that we saw yesterday had 54 mayukas. The total mayukas for Anagata and Svādhiṣṭhāna is now 54 plus 62, that is 116 mayukas, which are in the Surya Khanda of our body.
The kshetram representing this Agni Tattva is Tiruvannamalai with Lord Arunachaleshwarar with Apitakuchamba, also called as Unnamulai Amman in Tamil. The corresponding nama in the Devi Vaibhava Ascharya Stotram is Arunachala Shringastha. Aruna means red, Achala means mountain, Shringa means peak, and Stha means one who lives there. Arunachala Shringastha. Now, you have to note here that Bhagavad Pada has interchanged the names of the chakra for Nabhi or the navel region, having the Agni Tattvam, and the Guhyasthana or the genital region, which has the Jala Tattvam. According to the Tantras and the Shatchakra Nirupana, the Svādhiṣṭhāne chakra is for the Guhyasthanam and Manipurakam is for the Nabhisthanam. But Bhagavad Pada has interchanged just the names, while the tattvas remain the same. We already discussed this in our earlier class for the 9th and the 11th shlokas. Now, to map the nama with the name of Yogini from Lalita Sahasranama, we will use the name for the 10-petaled Manipuraka chakra given there, which is Lakini. Devi resides here in the form of Lakini. Now let's proceed to learn the 40th shloka of Soundaryalahari.
taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya
taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya
timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā
timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā
taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā
taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā
स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरण
स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरण
परिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम्
परिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम्
स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरण परिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम्
स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरण परिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरण परिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम्
तव श्यामं मेघं
तव श्यामं मेघं तव श्यामं मेघं
कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणं
कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणं
तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणं
तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणं तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणं
निषेवे वर्षन्तं
निषेवे वर्षन्तं निषेवे वर्षन्तं
हरमिहिर तप्तं त्रिभुवनं
हरमिहिर तप्तं त्रिभुवनं हरमिहिर तप्तं त्रिभुवनं
निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिर तप्तं त्रिभुवनं
निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिर तप्तं त्रिभुवनं निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिर तप्तं त्रिभुवनं. We'll now recite all the 4 lines of the 40th verse. तटित्वन्तं शक्त्या तिमिरपरिपन्थिस्फुरणया स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरण परिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणं निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिर तप्तं त्रिभुवनम्. We'll do this once again.
तटित्वन्तं शक्त्या तिमिरपरिपन्थिस्फुरणया स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरण परिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणं निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिर तप्तं त्रिभुवनम्.
We just learned how to chant the 40th verse. Let's now listen to the musical rendition from Priya Paramesh, Mahinta and Karthik.
ताटित्वन्तं शक्त्या तिमिरपरिपन्थिस्फुरणया ताटित्वन्तं शक्त्या तिमिरपरिपन्थिस्फुरणया
तटित्वन्तं शक्त्या तिमिरपरिपन्थिस्फुरणया तटित्वन्तं शक्त्या तिमिरपरिपन्थिस्फुरणया
स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम्
स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम्
ताटित्वन्तं शक्त्या तिमिरपरिपन्थिस्फुरणया स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम्
taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā स्फुरन्नानारत्ना भरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā स्फुरन्नानारत्ना भरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम्
तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम्
तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम्
तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम् तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम्
निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम् निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम्
निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम् निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम्
तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम् निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम्
तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम् निषेवे वर्षन्तं
हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम्
तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम् निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम् तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम् निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम्
taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम् निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम् taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā स्फुरन्नानारत्नाभरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम्
तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणम् निषेवे वर्षन्तं
हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम्
taṭittvantaṃ śyaktya timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā स्फुरन्नानारत्ना भरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् तव श्यामं मेघं kamapi maṇipūraikaśaraṇaṃ niṣeve varṣantaṃ haramihirataptam tribhuvanam taṭittvantaṃ śaktyā timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā स्फुरन्नानारत्ना भरणपरिणद्धेन्द्रधनुषम् तव श्यामं मेघं कमपि मणिपूरैकशरणं निषेवे वर्षन्तं हरमिहिरतप्तं त्रिभुवनम्.
We'll now see the word by word meaning first. Śaktyāha taṭittvantaṃ. Taṭittvantaṃ means the lightning. Śaktyāha, the lightning of the Shakti. timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā. Paripanthi means enemy. Timira means darkness. timiraparipanthisphuraṇayā means that which is shining brightly, removing all the darkness. What is removing the darkness? The lightning of Shakti, that which is shining brightly, sphuranaya, and is also removing all the darkness. Sphuran nana ratna bharana parinadhendra dhanusham. It has to be split as sphurat nana ratna abharana parinadha indra dhanusham. Indra dhanush means rainbow. Sphurat, that is a shining rainbow. A shining rainbow. It looks like an ornament, abharana, formed by the different varieties of gems. Nana ratna abharana. So it is a shining rainbow ornament formed by the different varieties of gems. Tava śyāmaṃ meghaṃ, your dark blue clouds. Kamapi, that is unique and totally indescribable. This could also mean one filled with water. Kam means water. So that is unique and totally indescribable. Maṇipūraikaśaraṇaṃ. Maṇipūraikaśaraṇaṃ, residing in the Maṇipūraka chakra. Varṣantaṃ, sending showers or rains to haramihira taptam tribhuvanam. Mihira means sun, hara is Shiva, tribhuvanam is three worlds. So the clouds are sending showers or rains to the universe or the three worlds, tribhuvanam, which is burnt by the sun like Shiva. To that Shakti I worship. Hey Devi, I worship you as the water principle in the form of dark rain-bearing clouds with your power of dispelling darkness using the lightning, and your feet filled with precious gems, the abode of Maṇipūraka chakra. Here, Shakti's brightness is equated with lightning. However, unlike lightning, which lasts only a few seconds, her brightness is permanent.
Water principle is the cause for new creation after the Pralaya Kala. Just like a forest starts its growth again after a forest fire is extinguished by rain, a new cycle of creation is started. We all know that scientists always look for the existence of water principle to prove existence of life on other planets. We explained in previous class that Ajna and Vishuddhi Chakra are in Soma Mandala. Anagata Chakra and Maṇipūra Chakra are in Surya Mandala. Sun's energy charges the air in Anagata Chakra, and this supercharged air flows down and gets heated by the Agni in svādhiṣṭhāne Chakra in the navel, and moving down further, creating the dark clouds bearing the Jala Tattva in Maṇipūraka Chakra. Any high school student will know how difficult it is to make water. Although the equation is simple, which is combining hydrogen and oxygen atoms, we cannot easily make water in a laboratory by combining, say, 4 hydrogen atoms, that is 2H2, and 2 oxygen atoms, O2, to make 2 molecules of water, that is 2H2O. In reality, large amount of energy is needed along with fire to ignite or start the reaction, and the fire has to be continuous. As Bhagavad Pada says in this verse, nirataṃ, to indicate it burns continuously. And the result of this reaction will be an exothermic reaction which releases a lot of energy, causing a huge explosion. The explosion is the Kalagni, and Shakti cooling and controlling this energy results in the Jalatattva. You have to imagine in the atomic reactor where the heavy water is used to control the explosion. This creation of liquid water is the primary cause for the new creation process. Sadashiva now blesses the start of a new creation process in the form of dark clouds. Indradhanush, or the gem-studded beautiful bow of Indra, which is the rainbow, is described in Taittiriya Aranyakam.
Adi Shankara experiences Shiva Shakti's complete grace as they both take different forms or tattvas in each of the chakras. In the svādhiṣṭhāne chakra, he visualizes Shiva as Agni and Shakti as the cooling effect. Now, in this verse, in Manipūrika chakra, he experiences Shiva as the dark water-bearing clouds, while he sees Shakti as the bright and shining lightning. He also sees the rainbow in those clouds, meaning sun is also shining and providing its energy. We have to meditate on Megheshwara and Saudamini, surrounded by 52 mayukas or rays of Jalatattva or water in the Manipūrika chakra in the Guhyasthana in the form of 6-petaled lotus, and this part is in the Agni Kanda of our body. These mayukas are also the 52 days of the Grishma Ritu or the summer season. It is interesting that the Jala Tattva is compared with the Grishma Ritu, while the Agni Tattva was compared with the Varsha Ritu. Maybe this is also a reason why we see that the positions of Svādhiṣṭhāne chakra and Manipūra chakra are interchanged in Soundaryalahari. The kshetram representing this Jalatattvam is Tiruvānaikāval near Trichy. The presiding deities here are Sri Jambukeshwarar and Akhilandeshwari. The corresponding nama in the Devi Vaibhava Ascharya Stotram is Jambuvana Nivasini. Jambu means white berries, also called Naval Param in Tamil. One who lives in the forest of these white berries is called Jambuvana Nivasini, where the Shivalinga is considered as the Jalatattva. Here again, to take the nama from Lalita Sahasranama, we will only use the name for the 6-petaled Svādhiṣṭhāne chakra given there, which is Kakini. So the yogini residing in the Guhyasthana is Kakini according to Lalita Sahasranama. So with this, we conclude today's session, and this week's sadhana, week 4, has been completed. In Soundaryalahari, verse number 1 to 41, the section of the first verse to the 41st verse is called Ānandalahari. And just learning the next verse, the 41st verse, we will be completing the Ānandalahari portion of Soundaryalahari. Ānandalahari deals with the mantra shastra of the Śaktyā philosophy. Starting from the 42nd verse, the description will be on Devi's physical form. Coming Sunday, we will learn the 41st and 42nd verse. The 41st verse will complete our learning of the Ānandalahari section, and learning the 42nd verse, we will be starting the Soundaryalahari section. following which we will have 1 week break. The Monday to Thursday sessions will not happen next week, but we will resume the classes starting next Monday on March 20th. Please make sure that you all attend the Sunday session so that we are completing the Ānandalahari portion, and we will also start the Soundaryalahari portion with the 42nd verse. Until then, Namaste, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Matre Namaha.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Matre Namaha.